breach on a nice open layout. And I can also show you the ritual, because Contagion's really nice for that too. The breach is right there, what do you know? Let these death effects go away. Okay. Not exactly the all direction open breach I was looking for on Green Field. And I'm missing my confusion pass, so it's all going very well. As you can see, you don't really need the Contagion cast. Just worked out pretty good. Oh, another breach. Okay. That Contagion is going. It is going. Let's get another going out. The game dies because so many contagions are trying to spread. Another. And the game dies again because too many contagions are spreading. That's one of the downsides, is good luck getting the hands when that keeps happening. But you will kill tons of shit and lots of rares, so that's nice. And let's find some rituals. For real, on God. This is a reduced collapse charges map too, which sometimes I struggle with because I need mana. That's fine. But doesn't seem to be too bad today. Whenever you see a big clumping of packs like that, it's nice to just throw Contagion in and run Storm Wave. Feels good. Feels good.
Meet the dreamer.
Another fun breach here.
Not yet.
Contagion, man. Sometimes it'll spread like around the circle and come back. It's pretty fun. I really enjoy it. Just wish the game didn't fucking die. Look at that. It's still going all the way over here. That's the kind of thing I was hoping to show. That happens very often. Great. Whoop. And a ritual. Chance phase. Let's go. Okay, so probably won't show too well with the first ritual, but this contagion thing does work in rituals just like it works in rituals. So you can contagion, and I fucked that up. Now there's not enough monsters to use the first ritual. I'm not picking shit up because I'm making a video. I would usually be IDing lots of worthless bases because I get a kick out of it and slamming them. But for now I'm just focused on showing the build. I will pick up everything as soon as I'm done recording.
For the monastery.
And that's going to take me like 5 to 10 minutes. It's great. I love it. That's weird. Weird. Okay. Maybe I can show the contagion this time. Still spreading. So in a ritual, you get a good contagion off, it will just kind of stay as the monsters spawn, and keep going and keep going. If you get a ritual that spawns all the monsters in the middle there, this one didn't quite, you can pretty much just throw your contagion down and let it clear the ritual for you. It's pretty satisfying. It's been spawning them all over. But get the idea. Yeah. Didn't really do a lot of attacking there. Just kind of dodging while things duck. And that's nice because our attack speed is not great. That's one place where this build could be improved is attack speed. But we're doing huge poisons, and our poison count is 3, and we can reach that, so it's not really necessary for DPS. It's more just quality of life. Spread because I can't cover over this fucking wall, but I'm sure. Holy shit. Alright. Oh boy. Yeah. So that's my build. This is a great map. I enjoy it. I think a lot of people don't like maze maps. I have fun. It's not the best for trying to show you a speedy map showcase, but I don't really care. Now, on bosses, map bosses, I like to swap out Bursting Plague, obviously because it's clear for concentrated effect. And then I use Ambush while clearing because, you know, you hit a pack once, usually you'll crit it and everything else will pro lift die. I switch that to Inevitable Critical just so I get more crit procs while bossing. I don't kill bosses instantly, but pretty fast. So that's, you can see boss difficulty 4 on a T15, well, 79 T15. Yeah, pretty good.
You cannot stop us. We will take the power that we deserve. We'll see about that. Easy prey. You'll pay with your life.
Desolation. Solstice of pain.
Okay, go over the build quickly. Into the breach, we slot in spirit supports, all of them, any of the ones you want, because they're free. They don't change our spirit reservation. I don't know if that's a feature or a bug. Stormwave, Deadly Poison, Primal Armament, Lightning Infusion, Bursting Plague, and Ambush. Bursting Plague and Ambush are for mapping and clear. And then we swap Conk Effect and Inevitable Critical for bosses. You can also map with Inevitable Critical instead of Ambush. If you aren't like getting full life crits very often, that's fine too. Eye of Winter, Withering Touch, Persistence, Unleash, Controlled Destruction. Controlled Destruction is because I find my Eye of Winter will sometimes eat the Sniper's Mark procs, and I want my Stormwave to eat the Sniper's Mark procs instead. We have Pure Chaos on our offhand swap, just so Eye of Winter does chaos damage for the Withering Touch. Herald Plague with +1. I think at 21 or 22, this meter radius goes up to 1.9, so the +1 will help you get there. Ghost Dance with Fast Forward. We're also using Grim Feast, so Ghost Dance isn't doing anything when our ES is overcapped. But it does recover almost all our shield when we're not overcapped. Or overcapped completely. I think if we're slightly overcapped, it will still do something. I don't know. But it feels good, especially when you're bossing. Blink, Ingenuity. Hand of Chayula. Despair with Hex Bloom, so it spreads if we're mapping. Curse Effect for Despair, and Sniper's Mark for bosses for big crits. I have to use level 11 because of the int requirement. Sometimes I play with going back to like a level 19 Despair, but it costs a lot of mana, and then it's harder to get Sniper's Mark into the build. So, I don't know. Wind Dancer, Energy Bearer, which I don't think is actually doing anything. Blind, Maim. Contagion, I love this thing. We go full area on this. We don't care about the damage, so the level doesn't matter either. So Magnified Effect and Expanse, because we're not spamming Contagion, you just kind of cast it once and it goes and does its thing. Hinder for slow. Arcane Tempo, because we're casting this in the middle of a breach often, and we want that to come out as fast as possible. Gear. So my offhand is just cast speed and intelligence. Nothing else matters here. Plaguefinger to enable the poison from Ellie damage, and I got a nice corrupt here. I just hit that myself with the Vol, and I was happy. 8% poison chance. For me, with my jewels with increased chance to poison, 8% is my breakpoint to get over 100. If I go down to 7, I drop under 100. So when you're messing with increased chance to inflict ailments and poison chance jewels, you'll have to figure that number yourself. It might be lower, it might be higher. I don't know. Some rings with damage, res, life, stats, whatever, get what you need. The fire damage and the cold damage, I don't know if they're actually doing much on this. The lightning damage definitely is, but because we're using lightning infusion, that fire and cold is getting reduced. But we're still coming out in a large positive with lightning infusion, so if you get fizz and lightning, it's probably better. A belt with a charm slot, because I don't like being frozen and I don't like being chain stunned, because this is like Brine King. On a charm, it doesn't make you stun immune, it just, after you get stunned, you can't get stunned immediately or within 3.5 seconds. Big ES Helm with Subterfuge Masks, so we get lots of evasion. You can get way bigger energy shield helms than this. I've seen like 500. This is just what I have and what I could get with crit chance and some rarity. Rarity, Spirit, +2 to all melee, you could get +3. Could be better. I haven't been able to res, yeah, lasting trauma for magnitude and duration on our poison. The attack speed doesn't matter to us. 30% move speed, chaos res that's capping our chaos along with some other things when I show you the ascendancy. You can get 35 move speed. I'm not going to spend a ton of divines on 5% move speed, but you could. Get as much mana as you can because we're mana cost heavy from your flask. The life flask, I've got 21% instant, and then this is 20 as well, so 41. It feels really good. So yeah, chaos res, doubled chaos res, so that vial you get in cruel becomes 20 chaos res, this becomes 14, this becomes 52? I'm really bad at math, I don't know. This is just your gamble for a shit ton of extra damage that contributes to your poison. You notice it when it hits, but it's not like very reliable. Into the Breach with the doubled node. Into the Breach could use some work. These purple flames, they're nice. So each one's giving me 14% damage as extra chaos. I'm up to 7 now, but that's because I've been standing in my hideout and I found some and I'm lucky. When you pick one up, it doesn't refresh the timer on every stack. That timer is only for your most recent stack. So you see they're falling off independently. It's really hard to maintain like more than 4 or 5 when you're mapping or bossing because they only spawn every 1.21 seconds. Even faster with quality, but we can't get quality on our ascendancy skills yet. So yeah, it's really hard to get more than 4 or 5 and reliably have that. You're basically never going to have 10 because they're falling off after 10 seconds and they're not spawning every second. And sometimes you're spawning reds or blues. So tree, pretty straightforward. Speed, crit, survivability, damage, crit, survivability, poison stuff, crit, survivability, crit, damage, a tiny bit of fizz reduction, poison, survivability, poison. On our offhand swap we have a lot of int and a lot of area of effect just to get our Contagion as big as possible, 3.1 meter spread radius, so that's 6.2 in diameter, I think, is that the right word? But yeah, so that's a pretty big spread radius because we want it to keep spreading so that we can have it looping around in breaches and stuff like I showed you in that one map video. Pure Chaos, that's for the Withering Touch on Winter from Rutu's video. Jewels, so I have 1, 2, 3 jewels with increased chance to inflict ailments and flat poison chance. So that's multiplying our chance to poison. We only have 3 poison chance nodes on the tree, and then we're getting the rest of our poison chance from the jewels. Just get damage or whatever, get whatever you want in the prefixes. I don't know, damage seems to be the best thing. I don't know if you can get crit on prefixes. You sort of can. Damaging ailments from crits. You can probably get ailment magnitude on a prefix. That's good too. Poison magnitude. This one's just flat poison chance, no increased chance because this just caps us out. This one's just a pure damage jewel. If we could get these nodes, that would be a lot more damage too, because the deal damage faster is DPS multiplier for the poison, but I can't right now. I'm going for this node as I get a couple more levels, and then if I get even more, I can eventually get this, but not for now. Megalomaniac was savoring, so that when we're bossing, we can use our flask more times, hopefully. And low tolerance, because pathing to low tolerance doesn't feel worth it points-wise, but low tolerance is extremely noticeable while you're mapping, because this 60% increased effect is a multiplier to your poison damage, the first one you put on a non-poison target. But that's huge. That's very nice for mapping and clear reliability. That effect does remain if that poison spreads, because spread specifies that it inflicts a new matching ailment on another target from the same source. So the source is still you, and it's still a 60% increased effect poison. Contagion also uses the word spread, but it's not underlined like a keyword, so I'm not sure if that's the same case here, but either way, when we're using Contagion, it doesn't matter, everything's dying. Yeah. So if you're, if you want to play this, I would suggest you not do an Acolyte of Chayula. It's very underwhelming. The Chaos Res is pretty dang nice, but the other stuff, you could probably do better with an Invoker or a Pathfinder with the doubled poison stacks, but then you need to get more attack speed, definitely. We don't have a lot. You could get more crit somehow, probably. More crit chance is always better. I think with Ive Winter, that's plus 10 to our base, and we have 11 base, so our crit chance on bosses is something... Where is this crit chance? Am I blind? Oh, wrong skill. Something like 46, 45, 44, somewhere around there when we're bossing. So it's pretty good, but you can always get more crit. If you get crit on your weapon, it's going to be a lot better. You could get a better weapon. This isn't the best on the market, but it's pretty dang good. There's probably other stuff you can do better that I haven't thought of, and if you do think of it, please let me know, because I always want to do better. Yeah.